Hey there guys, Jordan here back with another reaction video, and it's going to be Ace Attorney Elements of Justice Case 3 Part 2 Skeletons in the Closet. Now then, I'm still unsure about what the previous episode was going on with, and there hasn't been any videos that took place before to explain the context better. But maybe this one will shed at least a sliver of light on the previous episode, and if not, then maybe the episode after will give us some more information about what's to come and how we got to this. Well, I suppose we won't know until we look for ourselves. So then, without any further delay, let's see how it goes. Set the volume. And let's begin.
Previously on Elements of Justice.
I get it. I'm the last pony you want to talk to right now. But I can't help unless you open up to me. Pinkie Pie.
Yeah,
She was there.
this.
She saw what happened. Did you know the victim? Her name's Streamline. She's a Wonderbolt reservist, just like me. They think I poisoned her.
Sonata's actually the one leading your case, not me.
Yeah,
Co-counsel.
that.
We're gonna prove that Rarity's innocent and save the day.
We want to help Rarity, and we were hoping you could help us do that.
Before he came to Boydaway, Mr. Concept worked at a place called Charismatics Mare Attic. The lead detective is there right now.
I wonder what that detective will say when we turn up.
I can't let myself get distracted by other stuff, like these Pantomimia sisters. Get ready, Equestria. Here comes justice.
Alright, now that we've seen what happened, let's see where we go from here. February 21st, 10:45 a.m., Charismatics Mare Attic.
Charismatics Mare Attic. What a name. What kind of place is it?
No
Given
clue.
how playwright spoke, it can't be great.
All right, no time to lose. Let's head in, start busting heads, and wait.
Huh?
What's wrong, Apollo?
Oh, you know, I just want to check before we go in case it's dangerous or something.
Is he scared?
Apollo, that's sweet and all, but you don't need to be such a worrywart. This city might be strange, but compared to Ponyville...
Just look through the window with me, okay?
Oh, brother.
All right, Apollo. Though I don't see what the big deal is.
Now, tell me, does that look like Ponyville?
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on?
Sweetie Belle, Spike, it's decided. You're staying outside.
Because Apollo and I, as the adults, think it's for the best. Come on now, no fussing.
Is it really that horrible?
What am I doing?
You're staying outside too.
Huh?
Oh, come on!
Trucy, if Mr. Wright finds out I let you see what's in there, I'll be cleaning the toilet for the next decade.
But Polly, you need someone with you. I don't want you to go off investigating on your own again.
This is different, Trucy. You see that, don't you?
Oh, okay. But what about,
Well?
Don't you fret, Trucy. I'll stay outside and keep my eye on them. That said, I also don't like the idea of you going in alone, Apollo. You ought to bring Trucy with you. Don't want to risk missing anything important now, do you?
I guess not.
Fine, but close your eyes, okay? At least until I say you can open them.
Will do.
What's going on here?
That's not a no, Polly. I'm gonna open them.
I said wait until I say so.
See? No big deal. They're just standing there, not even menacingly. Why are you being so grumpy about it?
I can't help it. It doesn't feel right. Interacting with ponies, being stared at like I'm some exotic creature.
You don't mind rarity, though.
What's so bad about this
That's
place?
different. For one, she's not eyeballing me. And two, she's not some random Joe Schmo I have nothing in common with. Like I said,
What's your
she takes
point?
herself seriously. And she's passionate about her work. And
Never mind that, Polly. Where should we go now?
I think I see some stairs at the back. The rooms are probably up that way. Let's check there.
Please! Oh, please, please, please!
Oh, great.
I beg you to reconsider!
That decision was final, no matter how much you beg.
Oh, boy.
Oh, brother.
Any voice.
Do you want me to grovel? Because I'll do it! I'll do anything, just please, please!
It's blue blood, for
Good
goodness
Lord.
sake, have some dignity. What would Princess Celestia think if she saw you?
I just want to retain my position.
I have already explained why that's no longer feasible. Your behavior was a complete farce. You embarrassed both yourself and your colleagues, then continued to act foolishly after the fact. It's clear your competency as a prosecutor is in dire need of evaluation.
You think?
Hence your removal from the case, and subsequent hearing with the investigation committee in the coming days. Oh, now please, go home.
Fine.
You get what you deserve.
Somehow, my opinion of that guy has actually gotten worse since the last time I saw him.
You're not the only
Expected
one.
it to get better?
Excuse me, can I help you too?
Oh.
Oh, maybe?
You're the humans that recently arrived in Equestria, aren't you?
Yes.
Who's
I'm
this?
Apollo Justice, defense attorney.
And I'm Trucy Wright, magician extraordinaire.
Mr. Justice and Ms. Wright, you say? You wouldn't be related to a Mr. Phoenix Wright, would you?
Yes?
That's my daddy.
Why, that's absolutely splendid! Equestria owes your father a debt of gratitude.
I'll
I
say.
am Fated Pursuit, one of the Equestrian High Council members. A pleasure to meet you.
Oh, a council member.
You're a member of the High Council?
I am indeed. These days, that is. My official title is that of the headmistress.
Is that so?
Before, I was but a humble teacher, then a superintendent working in Her Majesty's education system. Oh, some days I do miss the classroom. The administrative work of being the headmistress leaves a lot to be desired.
Okay.
I'd hate to be stuck in a stuffy classroom day in and day out.
Teaching is more than being stuck, Mr. Justice. Education isn't just
okay
sitting in a
then.
classroom all day. It's an experience. One that, if felt fully, can transform your life into something greater.
Well, she's not wrong about
That is
that.
what Princess Celestia, Her Royal Highness, believes, and what I have dedicated my entire life to. There's nothing more noble in my view than shaping young minds for the future. I could do that more effectively in a room filled with chalkboards and erasers than I can now.
She's definitely
Wow.
enthusiastic. But at least she's not spouting philosophical garbage like a certain other teacher. Though, how she
Oh.
speaks about her high council duties.
Not that there aren't aspects of my current duties that I do enjoy. For instance, being able to work more closely with Princess Celestia. It's an absolute privilege. She's helped lower the cost of education and substantially improve the overall quality. Why, her own school for gifted unicorns is the premier example of what a school can do. The number of graduates
That's
has never
true.
been higher. The number of alumni making their mark on history continues to soar.
You make it sound like it's some perfect system.
Of course! It's the perfect representation of a perfect system!
Is it?
Okay
There aren't
then.
any, like, hiccups or incidents.
Incidents? Whatever do you mean?
You know, like bullying, fighting.
Yeah.
Justice. I can assure you that Princess Celestia would never allow such tomfoolery in either her school or any other. And I can most certainly tell you that in
Okay.
my time as headmistress, such incidents have never occurred.
Right, of course.
I guess this explains why Prince Blueblood wanted to find
alright.
you so badly. You being a member of the High Council and all.
As persistent as a roach, coming here of all places just to speak to me, knowing full well nothing would change. Though,
Jeez.
that begs the question, what are you two doing here?
It, actually has a little to do with what Prince Blueblood was talking about. We're
Yeah.
investigating Miss Rarity's case. The one about Overall Concept's death.
Yep.
I see. I am sorry for everything that has happened to her. Many young fillies look up to Miss Rarity. It's such a shame this happened to some pony so reputable.
It really is.
Uh-huh.
And it beggars belief. Murder? Once again? What is Equestria coming to?
No
I think
clue.
that might have confused you. We're still dealing with the same victim for the Manhattan trial last week. There hasn't been another murder.
Oh, yes, quite so. Still a very troubling affair, wouldn't you say?
This woman is seriously on the High Council? She seems a little ditzy.
Oh.
Actually, Miss Pursuit, if Prince Blueblood's not going to be the prosecutor, who is?
I do apologize. I don't know the answer to that, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's a
Oh.
little unfortunate.
You just got done lecturing the guy about all this. How do you not know who's going to replace him?
Yeah. Seems very
Peddling
suspicious.
that narrative about the perfect monarchy, Fated.
Huh? Oh.
What the? Who's this guy?
Hello, Philo. As terrible with timing as ever. We've already wrapped up that avenue of conversation, and I can assure you no peddling was involved.
How excellent. That is quite courteous of you.
Okay
I take you
then.
aren't busy, given that you're here.
Au contraire, my contrarian. I have been busy, actually, and I still am. Hence why I am here.
I must say,
Very well.
I certainly never expected to see some pony like you in a place such as this.
Rest easy, Fated. I know how to separate business from pleasure.
Well, if
Okay,
you're busy,
then.
I won't keep you. Unless Pester Fated Pursuit is on the agenda today.
I apologize. My earlier remark wasn't meant to slander the monarchy. I simply mean to remind you not to treat it as though it is infallible. Regardless of what you
Okay
think,
then.
even a school as bright as Celestia's can cast a shadow if you look hard enough.
History proves the monarchy's capability, Philo. Do you have so little faith in them that...
I know what history has shown, and I agree. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown, but the throne is certainly born that weight. Even so, it's important to remember
what?
that perfection does not exist, and believing that those in power have it is naive.
What?
Sorry, but we were mid-conversation. Do you mind if we finish here before you start arguing with Miss Pursuit?
Yeah.
Apologies. I get so ahead of myself sometimes, you wouldn't believe it.
I think I would, actually.
Ditto.
That makes me wonder, though. Miss Pursuit, why do you call it a monarchy if there's more than one ruling princess? I mean, there's Princess Luna, right?
Yeah.
I don't mean to offend, I assure you. Equestria is just so used to a single ruling princess, we still refer to our government as a monarchy. Princess Luna's return wasn't that long ago, you see. We respect her as much as Princess Celestia, make no mistake. Now then, Philo, you're not too busy, are you?
I'm making fairly good time, all things considered.
Good. And you won't mind if I leave my duties here to you? I have other matters to attend to.
By all means, when the fit is wishes on me.
Splendid! Then I'll leave it to you.
Mr. Justice, Ms. Wright, I bid you farewell.
Okay then.
Wait, there's one more thing I wanted to...
And she's gone.
Damn it!
What's up? What did you want to say to her?
I remembered that if I want to be in court with you, I need one of those equestrian attorney badges. And Miss Pursuit is a member of the High Council. She could have gotten me one.
I see.
Still got time, though. Don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll get an opportunity to ask her later. But right now, we should focus on what we came here for.
Right.
What did you come here for?
Huh?
Do you
Oh.
mind? Anyway, if you must know...
Wait, let me infer it myself. You two are here investigating Miss Rarity's case, no doubt.
Whoa, yeah! How'd you guess that?
I never guess, my dear.
He was probably listening to our conversation earlier, Trucy. That's all.
Yeah, that makes
Do you
sense.
doubt my powers of deduction?
Oh?
Perhaps a demonstration is in order. A great detective's great deduction, abridged for the both of you.
What?
A high-profile case occurring in the beloved city of Manhattan.
Sure.
Okay
A human
then.
attorney, Phoenix Wright, standing at the bench to said case's precursor.
Very well.
And what have we here? An equestrian attorney badge sitting snugly on your lapel. Correct?
Sadly, yes.
Yeah.
Then would it not make perfect sense for the young man with the equestrian badge to be following up on last week's trial? Especially with how loath our defense attorneys are to consider taking on such a case.
I guess.
Okay.
Still sounds like a leap to me.
Yeah.
I also heard Miss Wright introduce herself as Phoenix Wright's daughter. An obvious connection right from the get-go.
You were listening then.
Yeah,
A
that's
little, I admit.
that's
But
not
such are
really
the
much of a
powers
deduction.
The greatest detective in all of Equestria. Philo Reed, at your service and a pleasure.
Oh, so he's a detective.
Oh, that's so cool! I feel like I'm talking to a real swashbuckling hero!
That's a pirate, Trucy. And besides, I bet it's a self-proclaimed title.
I also happen to be the lead detective on the same case. I assume you have many questions, so by all means, ask away.
What? You just admit that openly?
But of course,
Huh.
what reason would I have to hide it?
Fine. Then let me ask you this, great detective. What exactly led to Miss Rarity's arrest? We were told that some new evidence had been found.
Oh?
Is that true?
Ah, yes. That decisive evidence. It was a very incriminating letter. One that naturally proved Miss Rarity's involvement and subsequent guilt.
A ladder?
Can you show us the letter?
Well, I don't have it on me, of course. It's still undergoing a thorough examination.
Of course it
Of
is.
course it is.
Yep, exactly.
Cheer up, my handsome fellow. I am sure there are other ways I could help. For instance, I could show you the victim's room. I happen to have been heading there myself before our brief sojourn with Miss Pursuit. I imagine you would be very interested.
Okay.
Oh, yes, absolutely! What another amazing deduction!
As if you could expect anything less. Ah,
Is it really a
Trucy,
deduction
there's
though?
something on your nose. Well,
Oh.
alright. Since you're offering, I mean.
it would be my pleasure. Do try to keep up, though. I walk at a rather brisk pace.
Very well.
Whoa, hey, wait up!
February 21st, 11 o'clock a.m. Charismatic's Mayor Attic. Overall's room. What?
You're telling me Overall lived here?
Worked here is perhaps a more apt way of describing it. One would not want to live in their own workplace, would they?
I don't
No.
know. I like the fact that I can sleep in the same place we work.
Technically, you don't work at the office. So it'd be more like if you slept at the Wonder Bar.
You know what I
Oh.
mean. And if we're gonna be like that, you don't work at the office either. So you'd be sleeping in court.
Likely scenario, given the stress I always
no.
endure there. But point taken.
Moving on.
Does this room trouble you?
I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting it to be so bare. There's less here than in a 4-guy dorm. Okay, let's see if we can find anything.
Alright, time to investigate.
Well, evidence? Anything that seems important, you know?
You remind me of when I was a young, up-and-coming investigator, Mr. Justice. I prefer the pantsing method of investigation myself.
You're not even wearing pants, though.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. This photograph on top of the nightstand. Who are these two ponies?
Oh.
Yes, that's right. You wouldn't know them since you haven't been in Equestria all that long. That is the esteemed fashion designer, Estella Pantomimia, and her sister, Espy.
So that's them.
Stella. You must mean Stella, then.
The very same. You know of her.
Sort of. Playwright mentioned her and her sister before we came here. They disappeared one day, and overall...
He was distraught, as one would expect from some pony losing two close friends.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. How do you know they were close?
Yeah.
Framed photograph of two ponies in some pony's room. One that faces, and in some fashion, watches the bed. I wager you would not wish a stranger's visage to stand vigil over your bedside. No, these two were ponies who were quite close to Mr. Concept.
Wow!
Is that so?
Deduction.
'Twas elementary, my dear. But thank you for the compliment.
That's the
Okay
second time
then.
these sisters have come up. I guess that makes sense, given their closeness or overall.
Yeah.
I'm still not seeing why this is important. It could be nothing, just a false lead. If it even is a lead. Still, we can't afford to be picky. Might as well make a note of it anyway.
Okay. Photograph of Stella and Espy added to the court record.
Hey, Trucy, have you found anything else?
Nothing yet, I don't think. Oh, wait! I have an idea!
What is it?
What are you doing? There's nothing on the bed.
Here's a pillow! People always hide things in them.
I've been reading one too many
what?
comic books.
Like you're one to talk, mister. I need to keep up to date with my Romance Dawn manga.
What?
Hey, that's important. It's the final saga.
Actually, Mr. Justice,
Wow.
a pillow makes a convenient storage spot if a pony truly desires it. It may not be the most secure, but, as they say, those who would trade their freedom to stash things away for any measure of security deserve neither.
No one says
Okay
that.
then.
Aha! And you thought I wouldn't find anything, huh, Polly?
Yeah. I'll leave my words later. What is it?
It's,
Huh?
it looks like a weird glass vial. Kind of reminds me of Christmas tree lights. If they were a little bigger.
May I see that, Miss Wright?
What is that?
Quite odd. It wouldn't hold anything more than an inch or two in size, I'd wager, and it appears to be quite empty.
Empty?
Huh?
An adjective denoting the complete lack of content.
No, I know what it means.
Which perfectly describes this vial. It may never have been used in all likelihood.
A vial that's never been used.
Whoa.
Not the weirdest thing to find, but definitely not the most helpful.
Empty glass vial added to the court record. Okay then.
Drawers all empty.
And no chest
figures.
to speak of. I'd consider Mr. Concept quite the frugal fellow.
Not really much of an investigation.
Exactly what we needed. A bare room with zero clues.
Well, I mean, we have that vial and that photo.
The vial, yeah, maybe. But honestly, I don't get that photo. Why would it be found here and not, I don't know, at Bridalway? It really doesn't seem all that relevant to our case. Neither does the room, for that matter. There's nothing here.
So this investigation was pointless.
Can you speak for the
Oh?
dead, Mr. Justice? Can you voice their reasons for what they did in life? For what they left behind, who they left behind?
Philo?
None of us can. Not really. Not fully. The living know the deceased only by the mementos left in their wake. Don't dismiss what skeletons emerge from their cobweb closets as mere happenstance or cheap sentiment. For, to do so, you dismiss both the living and the dead. As for the photograph itself, surely you can understand wanting to keep something like this close by.
Okay.
Though it may mean more than simply wanting to remember those we have lost.
Oh, yeah.
I do. Yeah. Completely.
You okay?
Yeah. You know me. I'm always fine.
Yeah.
At any rate, there are a few reasonable assumptions about why this room is so bare. Consider the nature of Overall's previous employment. He used to work here, yes?
That's what
Yeah.
Playwright said. Then Overall went to work at Bridalway.
Perhaps then, Charismatic's Mare Attic simply cleaned the room up following his departure.
I
Yeah.
guess that would explain
That
it.
makes
But it's
sense.
still frustrating. What was the point of coming here if we couldn't find anything useful? Well, I guess we better leave then. No sense in wasting more time.
Oh, Coco.
Mr. Justice?
Coco? Jeez. Don't sneak up on me like that.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to really.
It's okay. You just caught me off guard is all.
Yeah.
What are you doing here, Coco? Actually, how are you here? This place is a bit out of the way. Well, Playwright told me that you and Mr. Mr. Reed were investigating Overall's room. So he gave me the address to...
I take it you wanted to see another live performance of my great deductions.
Oh?
Huh? No, I wanted to ask if you'd managed to find anything to help Rarity.
That would have been my second guess.
Ah.
Somehow I doubt that.
So, did you? Please tell me you have.
We found a few items of note for sure.
Yeah.
Including, incidentally, this. Do you happen to recognize these two ponies?
Yes. That would be Stella Pantomimia, right?
Yeah, her and her sister, Espy. Did you know them?
Not personally. I just knew that Estella was the costume designer at Bridalway before. Well, before I was.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me that?
Well, it seems Mr. Concept was friends with the sisters.
What? Oh, really? I never knew that.
What?
Didn't he mention that to you?
No! I know I would have remembered if he had. They never came up in conversation.
That's a little strange. Why wouldn't he want to tell her about his friends?
I
That
wonder.
has something to do with their disappearance? But anyway, we've only just started. We'll keep investigating and building up Rarity's defense. You have my word.
Right. Of course. Thank you,
Yep.
Apollo. And you too. Just call me Trucy. Right. Thank you, Trucy. You're both trying your hardest to help Rarity.
They sure are.
Oh, I wish I could offer you more than just my support. Don't beat yourself up about it, Coco. It's enough that you believe in us.
I concur. Faith may be a fragile thing, but having it in any supply is a remarkable boon.
Uh-huh.
If you find anything else, either about Rarity's case or even about Ovi, could you let me know? I'll be at my apartment.
We'll keep you in the loop, Coco.
Uh-huh.
Hurry.
Thank you. I'll get out of your way then. Good luck.
You can count on them.
And I thought I was the actor extraordinaire.
What's that
Uh-huh.
supposed to mean?
Remarkable, really, that turn. at first declaring your situation to be one of unsatisfactory despair, and then, when Miss Pamela arrives, offering her a glimmer of, dare I say, hope. Hope,
Oh?
in spite of you saying nothing seems relevant to your case. Why is that?
Yeah, Polly. What gives?
Look, it's like you said, Philo. Faith is a fragile thing. Coco's placing enormous faith in us. And for that matter, so is Rarity. It
Uh-huh.
doesn't make sense to break that faith. It'd be cruel. It'd shatter the bond a lawyer has with his client.
That's
I
right.
already promised I wouldn't do that. Not if I can help it.
Yet, what you said earlier, you do not mean to still dismiss Overall's past, do you?
Oh.
Well, I mean...
Polly, I do think we should look more into those sisters' disappearance.
And why's that?
Well, it might help us get a better idea who Overall is. Or was, I mean. Maybe that can help us save Rarity.
It could
That's a good point.
give you some
It'd at least
sort
give
of
us a sense
advantage.
direction. Maybe even something we can use in the trial.
Yeah.
Then, Miss Wright, Mr. Justice, I may be able to assist you.
Oh?
Oh, yes. Like how you assisted with Rarity's arrest?
Oh,
Just so
yeah.
happens I could meet with some pony who could get you that information about the Pantomimia's disappearance.
You can?
And I could most assuredly bring up the matter of your co-counsel status with them, Miss Wright. Though, do not expect anything. These circumstances are irregular, and my contact has a preference for rituals.
That's okay, Philo. It'd be great if you tried.
And just who would this some pony be?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a stallion for his assets before a first date?
What?
Yeah, show some gratitude, Polly. Sheesh.
Why am I the bad guy here?
Then so it shall be. I'll head for my contact right away. Good luck, you two.
This should be interesting.
Isn't he such a breath of fresh air, Polly?
No. He's the kind of guy that makes you feel bad for trees.
Okay. February 21st, 11 o'clock a.m. Wonderbolt Academy.
Wow, I can't believe how big this place is. Everything just sits in the sky?
Yes, Mr. Wright. And everything will continue to stay like that until further notice.
And they use this place to train performers?
Yep.
Yes, Mr. Wright. Among other things.
Sorry, every time I think I'm adjusting to this world, another thing throws me for a loop.
Yeah.
Levitation, teleportation, and even clones. Does cloud walking really surprise you?
Well, yeah, it's not like we have that kind of thing back home. Thank goodness Twilight performed that cloud walking spell earlier.
Yeah.
Just don't look down.
I'm
Oh.
more worried about the time limit we're on. Rainbow could have been a bit more forthcoming.
Yeah, I've never seen her that closed off before.
You don't say.
Nina had been there. She probably could have helped settle those emotions. Or even convinced Rainbow to talk sooner. What's she doing again?
She's taking care of the others first, alongside Twilight.
Uh-huh.
Understand? Private Eye, Fair Devotion, I'll need their help. Especially Fair, since her therapy session ended prematurely, without any closure.
Yeah.
Don't blame Athena for wanting to help. I certainly could have used someone like her during my trial.
Hey,
Oh.
this cloud walking spell, it isn't gonna run out anytime soon, right?
If you fall, one of the Pegasi here will catch you. And I guess I could try too.
That's not what I meant!
It's almost like he never left.
Sheesh.
Still looking at everything like a cult out of school. I have to admit, it's nice to be working alongside him instead of against him. It's refreshing. At any rate, I would worry more about who we're meeting next. She doesn't care much for ponies who scare easily.
Oh, so you've met before?
Not quite. I only know her by reputation. And trust me, the captain of the Wonderbolts definitely has earned hers.
Ah.
I thought I heard some newbies stomping around.
Oh.
What's the matter?
Spitfire?
Spitfire, I presume.
The one and only. You're a lawyer, I take it?
Yes.
My name is Sonata. I'm the defense attorney representing Rainbow Dash. This is my co-counsel, Phoenix Wright.
Uh-huh.
I see. Can I help you two with anything today?
Straight to business then, huh?
Yeah.
I shouldn't be too surprised. Are you aware of what happened?
I would be a poor leader if I wasn't. Attempted poisoning of a fellow reservist. There'd be no way I'd miss that. I can't tell you how disappointed I was to find out it was one of our top bolts.
Sheesh.
Well, our client hasn't...
Let me be clear. I find this behavior absolutely inexcusable. We take every care to instill in our members the virtues of hard work, diligence,
Right, but...
and loyalty. We provided those tools to Rainbow Dash freely, hoping she'd use them well.
Fair enough.
Nothing hurts more than knowing those tools were abandoned that day.
That wasn't much of an answer.
Yeah.
How have the other team members taken it? The incident, I mean.
Yeah.
The team is managing, though I know many of us are hurting inside.
Oh, are they
Everything
now?
we do here relies on trust. When one of our members breaks that trust, things can fall apart.
Really?
Can fall apart? Something tells me they already are. I assume you've been receiving public backlash as well?
I'm not sure what you're implying.
Just
what?
that Ms. Dash is a rising star in the Wonderbolts, isn't she? I'd imagine that her being arrested would lead to questions.
Ponies like
Could
it when
be.
others fall from pedestals. Regardless, Rainbow Dash should have known that her actions reflect on all of us. She's hurt the Wonderbolts like no pony else before.
Huh? You mean other Wonderbolts have hurt the team in the past?
Oh boy.
That look. Something bitter simmering underneath.
My recruits have all the support they need, both from their instructors and their teammates.
And yet...
The resources for conflict resolution are always there. It's up to the ponies to utilize them.
she's been practicing. It's a little rough around the edges, but I know a PR spiel when I see one. But she definitely doesn't seem like she's comfortable with either that or the prospect of Rainbow being the culprit.
Oh.
Maybe I can use that to get some actual answers. Or at least get to hear what Spitfire really thinks. You're not saying
Okay.
that this is a cut and dry incident, are you? I would imagine poisoning is rather unheard of.
This incident was out of the ordinary. Yeah,
Why wouldn't it
but that
be?
doesn't matter. What's done is done. Now, if you excuse me, I have a mess to clean up. Leave my office, please.
Do you really intend to let one of your own rot away in the detention center? Is that really what I should expect from the captain of the Wonderbolts? Or has your role as the heartless drill instructor gone to your head?
Ooh.
Sonata, maybe we shouldn't.
I'm looking over the incident as best I can, Miss Sonata. From where I can.
Yes.
Okay
overlooking
then.
things. All while one of your Wonderbolts has their wings clipped. I think you know, as well as I do, that Rainbow Dash would never do this. We can prove that, but that means we can't leave.
That's
Please,
true.
Captain Spitfire, we don't have much time. The trial starts this afternoon.
Come on, give us something.
Please, just a chance. Ugh, feel like she's patting me down with just her eyes. What is she looking for?
Well?
You remind me a bit of her, actually.
Oh.
Sorry. Of who?
Rainbow Dash. She wouldn't turn her back on a problem.
I'm not sure she'd like
Okay,
that comparison.
then.
Fine. You don't have to leave. You can even keep stomping around the academy. On one condition, though.
Name it.
Which is...
You stick with me. You don't wander off or talk to any pony without my permission. If you can follow those orders, then you're free to continue investigating. Deal?
Deal.
Okay then.
Thank you, ma'am. We really do appreciate this.
Great.
That said, I expect you both to keep an even pace. If what you say is true, that we don't have much time, then we better hurry. Follow me.
On to investigating. February 21st, 11:10 a.m. Wonderbolt Academy. Reservist barracks.
And finally, here we'll find the Wonderbolt Academy Reservist Barracks.
Oh man.
Any reason why this place is so big?
Oh boy.
Ready?
I just didn't expect to be running, is all.
I told you to get your ears in
okay.
here. You want to waste time walking from place to place?
I guess not.
Catch your
Ooh.
breath later, Phoenix. We need to get started. Miss Spitfire,
Very
were Rainbow
well.
Dash and Streamline assigned to the same building?
Well, they're in the same flight team. So yeah, they're in the same room too.
I see.
So which first? You've got the barracks inside, as well as the reservist locker room.
The locker room sounds promising. Let's head there.
Okay.
Here you go. I doubt you'll find anything though. As you can see, we run a pretty tight ship.
I'll say, this place is cleaner than my office has ever been.
Okay.
Is that some sort of storage room? Over there, to the left.
Yeah, it's unlocked, so you can have a look around if you want.
Very well.
It's not as if I came here to investigate the bathroom.
Great. In that case, let's get started.
Indeed.
Begin investigation.
First time we're investigating together, huh?
That's right, yes. Any investigative methods that I can expect you to employ?
Well, I used to just rummage around whatever was in front of me. Lately, I've taken on a more
okay.
advanced approach. Looking at things from all angles, that sort of thing.
That's a very three-dimensional way of
Alright.
tackling an investigation. As for myself, I find it best to keep things of note etched in the forefront of my mind. Deciphering how things link up, how the pieces of the puzzle fit together, that's the key to investigating. Hopefully there's something
Okay,
in the
then.
storage room that can demonstrate that. Shall we?
This place is spotless, like everywhere else. Really?
A clean room makes for a disciplined cadet, I suppose.
Okay then.
Now that I look at it, there is one thing that's not like the rest. Look, that locker's just been left open.
Huh? Oh.
That? Which one? Who's earned themselves extra laps next training session?
What?
Well, it's the victim's locker. Streamline. See? Her name's right there.
Oh
Now
my.
that means we should...
Yeah, let's check inside the locker.
Yes, let's.
Huh?
It's just a couple of juice boxes.
Grape flavor, apparently. All of them are the same. At least Streamline's got good taste.
Ah.
They're the only thing in here.
Yeah, that is strange.
Not as identical as they seemed. Look, different sets of numbers. 1935145-4-0-4.
Ah.
And 1935145-409. Shipment numbers, maybe.
Could be.
I'd say so.
Streamline's juice box is added to the court record. Okay.
Not an amazing find, at least on the surface. But the different shipment numbers, that feels like a detail I'd best keep in mind.
Okay.
Captain Spitfire, what can you tell us about these juice boxes?
Oh, those? Yeah, Streamline's always drinking them. Rainbow Dash too, now that I think about it. They're the only ones who do, really.
Oh?
Really? No pony else?
Yeah, but I guess it makes sense it hasn't really caught on. I mean, grape flavored? Yuck! Might as well drink out of the toilets.
I'll try not to take that personally.
When did they start drinking?
Streamline always has some after every training session, but Rainbow Dash only recently started drinking it.
Odd, given how much Rainbow clearly dislikes Streamline. Why would she emulate her drinking habits? What
yeah,
about
that is
where the
strange.
juice boxes come from?
Dunno, somewhere off base. Rainbow would know, or Streamline, I'd imagine.
I suppose I could ask either of them later, assuming there is a later. I'd like for Rainbow Dash's locker to be opened, if that's alright.
Normally, I'd say no, since every Wonderbolt has a right to their own privacy, but since you're defending her.
What?
More juice. A lot of it, actually. Rainbow's really gotten hooked on this stuff, huh?
Sheesh.
So, Mr. Wright?
See it?
What?
Right there, on the bottom of the juice box on its back. Look at the numbers.
19351454409.
Huh?
Hey, that's the same shipment code as one of the juice boxes inside Streamline's locker, isn't it?
It is.
That it is. Let me check something, to be sure. The rest of the carton shares the same shipment code. Interesting.
Huh. Set of juice boxes.
I'd say that clears up one thing we've encountered so far.
I know that face. What have you figured out, Sonata?
This!
What do you got? Ooh.
It's hardly a revelation, but since 2 juice boxes between these 2 lockers share the same shipment code, we can say that they probably belong to Rainbow Dash.
Juice boxes in Rainbow's locker added to the court record. Okay. Streamline's juice boxes updated in the court record.
But why? If they belong to Rainbow, what are they doing in the other locker?
It's weird.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
That is
Definitely
strange.
something to take note of.
Okay. Rainbow Dash's juice box.
You guys done?
We are, yes. A lot sooner than I would have liked, to be perfectly honest.
I said you wouldn't find much.
Let's hope the barracks are a different story.
Yeah. Oh.
Pretty cramped, don't you think?
Huh.
We prefer the term cozy, actually.
Or sardines, maybe.
Sheesh.
I take it that's Ms. Dash's bed then? Right there?
How many times have I told her to lose the personal sheets? Anyway, I doubt you'll find anything that'll help you. We're pretty strict, and the barracks are no exception.
Given how we just found something that surprised you, I think we'll be fine.
Huh.
Well, technically, the sheets aren't contraband or anything.
Note to self, do not poke the bugbear.
What about Streamline's bed? Where's that?
It's right here.
Nothing.
Told ya. I've been cracking down on the reservists for ages now. Surprise inspections, looking around when they aren't here, stuff like that.
Huh?
What is it?
The empty bed next to Rainbow's. Look,
What about it?
doesn't this section here seem odd?
Huh?
Definitely looks a little uneven.
Just wear and tear. The reservists don't mind. They'd sleep on the floor after what we put them through.
Wear and tear? I'm not so sure about that.
What the?
There you have it. Not exactly what comes to mind when you think wear and tear, does it?
How do you even see something like that?
I have an eye for detail. Especially odd details that most ponies would miss.
Wow.
Certainly compact. And it doesn't strike me as an ordinary rip either. I wonder, could it have been used to store something?
Small tear added to the court record.
Captain Spitfire, I couldn't help but notice your reaction to us finding this tear. Or rather, lack thereof. You seemed more surprised by my keen eyesight than anything else.
Well, this isn't the first time something like this has happened, you see.
It's not?
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty common. Not now, obviously, but back in the day, new recruits would hide contraband inside their beds. They figured it'd be the only place the higher-ups wouldn't look.
Oh, man.
Did it myself once when I was a recruit. Hid some chocolate in the bed underneath the pillow. It went about as well as you'd expect. I woke up with the underside of my pillow covered in it.
Oh, boy.
Smart enough to put it somewhere out of the way at the very least.
Anyway, that's why if a reservist wanted to hide anything, they'd probably put it in the bed itself.
I see. I wonder who made this makeshift hiding place, though.
Well, the bed is next to Rainbow's too, after all.
You better not be saying what I think you're saying.
Mr. Wright, where is this coming from? You're not seriously suggesting...
It's not a baseless suggestion, Sonata. Back in the detention center, after you finished grilling Rainbow, she said something, and it made Cyclops appear around her.
What?
Not quite sure what that means, but I'll trust that it's probably significant.
Oh, right, sorry. I mean, I could tell that Rainbow was hiding something from you, basically.
Okay,
go
on.
She was talking about why she was arrested. Right when she said, just a case of me being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Alright, but why are you bringing it up?
Which means?
Well, I was just thinking, her arrest, maybe it has something to do with this tear in some way.
What?
I'm not sure, but thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll keep this in mind.
Rainbow Dash's secret.
I swear, you defense attorneys hone in on the smallest of things.
It comes with the job. Can we check out Rainbow's bed, too?
Go right ahead.
Let's see what we can find.
Nothing. As with Streamlines,
Figures.
the only real thing of note is the empty bed and that tear. But we don't know who made it.
It could be unrelated, but I have a feeling that'd be too good to be true.
Regardless, I think we're about done here.
Yeah. Investigation complete.
Captain Spitfire,
Yeah?
while we didn't exactly find a lot of evidence, our investigation certainly shows there is more to the Wonderbolt Academy than meets the eye. But I'd like
is
to know
there?
what exactly happened to Streamline. We know very little about the actual incident itself.
I figured I'd wait for you to finish. Here, I have a copy of the incident report. Let me explain, though. The reservists were all taking part in a mandatory training session. Nothing out of the
Okay.
ordinary. Then all of a sudden, Streamline just collapses out of nowhere.
She
Oh.
passed out?
Not immediately.
Then what?
Well, on-site medical personnel rushed over to her. That's when they noticed. Sorry, I just want to get this right. Yeah, they said Streamline presented with multiple symptoms. These were extreme levels of perspiration, a dangerously high heart rate, lightheadedness followed by vomiting, and an overwhelming impression of anxiety.
Good
These
lord.
symptoms only began to stop once Streamline fully lost consciousness.
That's a lot going on all at once.
You can say
So
that
that's the
again.
suspected poisoning, then.
Yeah. Here, you might as well hold on to this.
Incident report added to the court record. Oh man.
What's this? It says Streamline was apparently murmuring something right before she passed out. Streamline was heard weakly repeating the words, "Stay, so sorry," up until the point of losing consciousness.
No
Huh?
idea. Your guess is as good as mine. You wanna know what I think, though? I think that Streamline was hallucinating.
Hallucinating?
Yeah. Sounds like she thought some pony was attacking her or something.
That's quite the severe reaction. What
Sheesh.
happened after Streamline passed out?
The medical staff immediately had her transported to Cloudsdale General Hospital. It was pretty rough, rushing her out like that. She's still there now, under the Royal Guard surveillance. Hopefully she bounces back from this.
Bounce back from poisoning?
Well, the hospital said they ran a tox report, but it came back negative. So they don't know what caused this, really. It might be something less serious than what every pony thinks.
Negative? But
what?
Rainbow was so certain they accused her of poisoning Streamline.
So what's going on?
Well, maybe this was all just a big misunderstanding.
All it really means is that I can't tell what caused Streamline's collapse. Nothing else at this stage.
Yeah.
Before I forget, did anything else of note happen at the Academy recently? It can be anything.
Anything?
Yes. It doesn't matter if it seems unrelated. I'd like to know.
Well, there was something else that happened. Something
Which
I was
is?
gonna get to before you arrived. No idea how it all happened, but I've only just started investigating.
What is it?
You wanna come with?
Yes, please.
Ah.
Lead the way.
February 21st, 11:30 a.m. Wonderbolt Academy. Landing strip. What?
What the?
What happened here?
The landing strip is where we practice our takeoffs and landings. It's also part of our obstacle course training.
Pardon me, but has it been used lately?
Yeah,
Oh, man.
A tornado tore through here.
How on Equestria did you know?
Wait.
What?
Really? Like an actual tornado?
I can't exactly make up something like that, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, but it's just a turn of phrase.
Captain
For
Spitfire?
real?
I think you'd better explain what happened.
Right. Well, it wasn't a freak accident, I can tell you that.
It wasn't an
Tornado
accident?
appeared during the standard tour of the Wonderbolt Academy.
Hold on. You give tours? I thought this was a military installation.
For the most part, yeah. But we still offer tours in special circumstances, such as for applicants and their families. On
Ah.
occasion, we offer them as a reward for, say, a competition, as in yesterday's tour.
Still can't get over the fact that a tornado actually appeared.
Ah.
It's not really a surprise. We make them all the time. Absolutely. Always in accordance
yeah.
with proper procedures. Rainwater doesn't make itself, you know.
I'm not a Pegasus, so forgive my ignorance. But how exactly would you make a tornado?
It would depend on what size of a tornado you want to make. In theory, if your wing power is strong enough, you could generate one all by yourself. It wouldn't last very long, though, and you wouldn't have a lot of control over it. That's why Pegasi usually work in teams to create them.
I see.
How big was it?
From what I understand, it was large. Large enough to completely wreck the landing strip.
So it couldn't have been made by one pony then.
I didn't say that, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Huh? But something that large.
It'd be difficult to make, yeah. But you have to remember where we are. Wonderbolt Academy. We have some of the best flyers in all of Equestria. Any one of them could have the wing power to generate a tornado on their own.
That does make
Okay,
an alarming amount
then.
of sense. But are you sure it couldn't have been some pony who'd wandered onto Academy grounds?
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
possible. But honestly, not as likely as some hotshot trainee thinking it's a good idea.
That's happened before?
Oh.
More than I'd like to admit. Some trainees think that showboating their talents gets them a first-class ticket into the Wonderbolts. Nothing could be further from the truth, of course. And it's not always the tornado. Sometimes these hotheads will throw in thunderclouds, lightning jars, and cloud-generating equipment into the mix. Once, we had a nasty incident where a cadet thought she'd do everything she could to get ahead of the competition, including sabotaging the flight routine for the
Oh
other
my.
crowd, putting herself ahead while endangering several spectators. I can tell you right
Oh
off the bat,
boy.
we don't tolerate that kind of behavior here.
What ends up happening to recruits who behave like that?
Nothing I can say in front of a pair of legal advocates.
That's one line of questioning I'd
Ah.
have to let slide.
Yeah, it's for the
I'm
best.
surprised nothing's been cleaned up by now. When did all of this happen?
Funny you should ask. It happened on the same day of Streamline's collapse.
Really?
Before you two arrived, I was nursing a couple suspicions of my own regarding this whole incident.
What are these suspicions?
Please
We
tell.
hadn't scheduled any obstacle course exercises while the tour was going on. Last thing I needed was someone crashing into civilians. So because of that, my best guess is that this was a prank.
I'm sorry.
What?
Might have been a prank.
Any of the recruits could have wanted to spook the ponies on that tour group. Then they'd swoop in and save them. It's typical glory hog behavior.
I know competition can really bring out the worst in ponies, but that's just...
Good
That's going too
grief.
far. There's a difference between pushing yourself as hard as you can and being reckless. And if being reckless ends up hurting some pony, then you're no Wonderbolt at that point.
Captain, who was hurt?
One of ours. A Wonderbolt named Fleetfoot. Another was a filly in the tour group. Kid named Sky High.
Ooh.
I had the first responders write up a report. Here's a copy.
Tornado report added to the court record. Oh my.
When I find the pony who did this.
Spitfire, this can't just be a coincidence. Something that catastrophic happening on the same day as Streamline's collapse?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
You were? Why?
Look, as a captain, you notice things. You can make connections between two flyers and see how together they'd probably make an awesome team. It carries over to when two events occur at the same time. You notice the connection. You can't fail to notice it. So I agree. This is far from just a coincidence. I can't imagine this much going wrong on the same day without some sort of link.
Did the police find anything to support that?
Nope. Which just makes me even more frustrated. But that's why I wanted to bring you two over here.
You wanted to bring us here?
What?
Hey, I read the papers. I heard what that detective Private Eye did. He sounds like a decent guy, so for him to go that far... I mean, look at it this way. I'm the captain of the Wonderbolts, but I also represent the Wonderbolts. If I act on my own, there's gonna be fallout for all of us.
Yeah.
Same with Private Eye. Maybe he thought he was doing the right thing, but it's made trusting the police difficult.
Since we're not the police, since we're not ponies of authority,
you guys are my best chance of reliably figuring something out. And sometimes medals, titles, positions, and conflicting personal motives get in the way of that.
on that we can at least agree. After the amount of evidence tampering I saw, I'd be hesitant to let any pony in authority near a crime scene.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Captain Spitfire. You can trust us to find out what really happened that day.
I better be able to. Otherwise, it's a one-way ticket back to Ponyville. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Sheesh. She
Anyway,
needs
you two take a
business.
look around. Keep watch from the air. If any pony tries to interrupt, I'll steer them clear.
Okay.
Did anything seem off there?
You mean beyond the glare I was getting the whole time?
I'm serious. Did she say anything blatantly false or untrue? Did your magic stone detect anything?
I'm not a lie detector, Sonata, and neither is my Magatama. We can still be tricked.
Sorry. I wasn't trying to imply anything.
To be honest, I'm more curious about what you think of her.
Me?
Yeah.
Your special talent is getting a good read on ponies, right? Does she seem like some pony we can trust? I'm sure we can go off that just fine.
My talent doesn't really work like that. I'm not beyond being deceived either.
Alright.
Okay, then.
But I saw you back in Spitfire's office. You knew what could really reach her. You knew she wouldn't sit back while Rainbow was in trouble. Give yourself some credit, Sonata. When you sense you need to do something, you do it.
Glad to see you haven't lost your touch for speeches. Then, I think Captain Spitfire is some pony we can trust. She cares about the ponies under her watch.
That's the impression I got too. Feels nice being on the same page, huh? You want to write that down in your notebook?
If that was a joke, don't quit your day job, Mr. Wright.
Oh.
Let's see what we can find here.
You're the boss.
If only I had the same optimism you do, Phoenix. But each step we take reminds me that we're running out of time. The way Spitfire was acting earlier in her office, I can't help but feel we're digging into something deeper. I just hope we're not digging ourselves into a pit with no escape.
February 21st, 12 o'clock p.m. Canterlot, Equity's office.
It's not often you ask a favor of me. Why is that?
Two main reasons. One, you know that I won't mix business with pleasure.
Yet you insist on deriving satisfaction from your work?
Of course I insist. If I were not satisfied with it, I could not do it day in and day out. But two, I know that the ask of you, you tend to grant, or at least consider. The latter is what I'm hoping from you, incidentally, for I have several I must ask.
That is not what your letter said when you were setting up this social call, and on such short notice, I might add.
You know me. Spontaneity is the spice of life, and I am, if nothing else, a master chef.
You a chef?
Very well, Detective. Let's hear these favors of yours.
The first is this. A mutual associate wrote to me, hoping I could speak to you on his behalf. It seems he's been trying to get in touch with you all week, yet you haven't answered any of his messages.
Oh?
This mutual associate. You're aware of what he's done?
I am.
Oh.
Then both you and he know exactly why I've chosen to ignore him.
Oh, yeah.
No pony is more disappointed in him than I. That said, his letter struck a chord with me. He genuinely wants to do right by his friend. I can understand.
That trial was concluded, Detective. I would have nothing to do with issues of custody.
I thought you'd say something like that, which is why, before I came here, I wrote back saying not to expect a reply.
Then why did you bother to ask?
The nature of that case. What Turning Page did and how things turned out. I thought it might resonate.
What?
Now then, to my second request. A certain Miss Trucy Wright would like to be the co-counsel of Mr. Apollo Justice for the upcoming Manhattan trial.
Miss Trucy Wright. Phoenix Wright's daughter, yes?
The very same.
Okay.
Surely you can see the absurdity of such a request. It's more sensible to ask a dragon to perform slam poetry in a coffee shop.
Stranger things have happened.
She is but a child. And I have received no request from Twilight Sparkle to provide a badge to this young girl. The impudence is astonishing.
Well, as you say, she is a child. Would you hold a caterpillar accountable for not yet knowing how to fly?
You know I cannot grant this request. We have certain procedures for a reason, and I think it's reasonable of me to want them respected.
Okay.
But, if you would, instruct Ms. Wright that she'll need to send an official letter of request my way.
I shall be sure to do so, then.
One more favor left, I take it? This is a rather extraordinary favor, even for you. And I mean that in every sense of the word. You're aware of its confidentiality?
But of course.
What exactly is it?
You are aware that, as a member of the High Council, you don't need my permission to view it. You can access it as much as you'd like.
The thought had indeed crossed my mind.
Then tell me, why do you ask?
I must be honest. I do not ask this for my sake, but on Mr. Justice's behalf.
Oh?
Information in that file could help him investigate Mr. Overall Concept's murder.
The case is foolproof. Even if that buffoon, Prince Blueblood, were to prosecute, Ms. Rarity's conviction is almost guaranteed.
So it would seem.
Then answer
That is a
me
problem.
this. Why should I give the defense this information at all? Why should I tip the scales in their favor, or in any side's favor, after all? That is not the job of the lawkeeper, Detective. It never has been.
Is that so? Or have you forgotten, while you've stood here in your lonely, austere office, your predecessor, your mentor?
Oh.
I'm not asking you to tip the scale in anyone's favor, except, I suppose, in favor of fairness itself. Giving that information to Mr. Justice will even the playing field. It will equalize power. Our differences and experiences aside, I'm sure we can both agree that it is also a duty of the lawkeeper.
Well?
Very well.
Thank you.
Okay.
While we are on the subject of harsh truths, you should know. You were summoned as a key witness in the Wonderbolt Academy trial in Cloudsdale.
Oh?
So, I imagine you won't be able to deliver this file until afterwards.
What? No, fiddle-hooves and horse apples. The bureaucrats and their penchant for bad timing.
You needn't fret. I doubt you'll be there long. The prosecution is quite resolved, it seems.
Fine then. I shall make my way to the courtroom post-haste.
I can never forget him.
Nor I. History makes that hard for us. The world loves a fallen hero more than a vanquished villain, after all.
History can say what it wants, but rarely does it remember anything correctly. No matter what it thinks of him, I'll always remember who he truly was. Always!
I know you will, Equity.
Is there something I'm missing?
I must be off. Please excuse me.
Of course. Take care, Philo.
A stamp? Oh. To be continued. Voice actors: Apollo Justice, Webb Shoulder, Applejack, Cadet Redshirt, Trucy Wright, Kalen _VO, Sweetie Belle, MLP Arts TL, Spike, I'm Shadow 007, Prince Blueblood, The Night Star, Fated Pursuit, SKVA, Philo Reed, That Canadian Dude, Coco Pommel, Pretty Pegasus Wings. Sonata, Cadet Redshirt, Phoenix Wright, Julius Gem, Stephen Wright, Spitfire, Fia, Lawkeeper Equity, SKVA. Writers: Jarvie Jared, Jared Berberabe, JM Boot, James Boot, Dialback, Evan Kennedy, Random Actress. Case 3 Story Development: Mr. Gentleman's Benjamin Dale, Soundman, Levi Francis, Jarvie Jared, Jared Berberabe. Project Managers: Silver Feathers, Shannon Evans, Soundman, Levi Francis, Director, Mr. Gentleman's Benjamin Dale. Reset the Clock credits theme, performed by Cadet Redshirt, lyrics by the Aljavis, Jarvie Jared, composed by the Aljavis, Jake Rowe, Jarvie Jared. Still and Evidence Artists: Silver Feathers, Shannon Evans, Maria Moonlight, Maria Morano, Alicia Doodles, Alicia Boards, Nosebleed Freak, Hio Oamil, Rem Koshmar, Vivid Velocity, Shishil _Sinisti. Concept Artists: Silver Feathers, Shannon Evans, Maria Moonlight, Maria Morano, Iduzu, Corey in the House, Maria Moonlight, Zikora Svenskin, Rem Koshmar, Cadet Redshirt. Background Artists: Viola Rose, Lauren Brown, Noel TL, Saturn, Iduzu. Graphic artists: Soundman Levi Francis TL, YD Jian, Da Jian Yoon, Tyler Lambert. Music tracks. A new chapter of Trials 2024 AJAA Capcom. Case 3 recap EOJ Jarvie Jared. Misgivings PL vs AA Ver. PL vs AA Capcom. Charismatics Mare Attic EOJ Jarvie Jared. William Shamspear Back Alley Bard TGAAR Capcom. Fated Pursuit Royal Mistress EOJ Jinkro. Philo Reed and Elementary Observation EOJ Jinkrode. The Dance of Deduction Type B TGAAA Capcom. Jingle Deduction Complete TGAAA Capcom. Investigation TGAAA Capcom. Silent Moon Hotel Dusk Room 215. Musicians Jarvie Jared, Jared Berberabe, Jinkro. Coco Pommel, Bridalway's blossoming designer, EOJ, Jarvie Jared, End of the Turnabout, Ace Attorney Anime, Wonderbolts Academy, EOJ, Jarvie Jared, Spitfire, Blazing Glory, EOJ, Jarvie Jared, Deepening Distrust, Last Window, The Secret of Cape West, Investigation, Contradiction at the Crime Scene, AAIME, JT Paper, Logic, The Way of the Truth, AAIME, JT Paper, Investigation, Opening 2011, AAI2ME, JT Paper, Tricks and Gimmicks, AAIME, JT Paper, Investigation Core 2009, AAIME, JT Paper, Truth Wrapped in Mystery, Ace Attorney Anime, IOU, Katawa Shoujo, 4 Leaf Studios, Into the Forest, PL vs. AA, Capcom, Lost Legend, EOJ, Jarvie Jared, Jingle Intermission, TGAA, Capcom. Pony Riggers, Silver Feathers, Shannon Evans, Eon 333, Lucas Furmanek, Mr. Vector MV, Cinder Clouds, Perry PT. Audio Engineers, Soundman Levi Francis TL, SKVA, Snea Kumar, Knox, Frankie C, Hazy Reply. Credit Sequence Animators, Silver Feathers, Shannon Evans, Puffy, Marcin Bodzianowski, Aresia, Alicia Ferrari, Melody MSG, Caramel Dust. Public Relations, Trenton Stevenson TL, Jin Jing Yin, Brittany S, Decora Fluff, Maria Darajin, Surada. Video editors, Brunowski Inc., Bruno Bermedo, 123 Connor Poop, Connor Rolfs, Doc Nguyen, Henry Nguyen, Ghost, Michael Magnelli, Verdiger, Callie Saratsalo, Tragic Wonder, Elliot Lewis, Sylv, Ian Deedy, Emerald GD, Joshua B, Bunster Productions. Apps used: Adobe Animate, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe Audition, Clip Studio Paint EX, Paint Tool Side 2, Audacity, FL Studio 21, Swivel, Toon Boom Harmony Premium, GIMP 10.2, Autodesk 3ds Max, Plural Eyes, Blender, Pixlr X. Vectorized human sprites, Null, the Aljavis. Automation, Soundman, Levi Francis, 123 Connor Poop, Connor Rolfs, Pretzel Man 718, Joe Cheney. Special thanks, Soundman, Nox, Null, Near Artemis, Capcom, Hasbro. This is a fan-made sequels created by the Aljavis based on Neo Artemis' original series Turnabout Storm 2012. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney are owned and copyrighted by Hasbro and Capcom respectively. This is a non-profit project that takes no ownership of their characters or soundtracks in this movie. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this episode and to follow us on our socials, link in the description. So that was Ace Attorney, Elements of Justice, Turnabout Discharge, Skeletons in the Closet. Wow. So, I guess it didn't explain much about what happens before the arrests. But maybe we'll see some more about what's going on here when the next installment comes out. Well, whenever it will be out, that is. But I'll be sure to find some time to react to it, since I haven't been getting a lot of time doing any reaction videos as of late. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright everyone, now that this is all done, I'm looking forward to seeing how everything will go when we get to the trial. Alright everyone, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all next time.